It's new, informative, engaging, educational, empowering, and more.
Successful Living with Reginald Campbell.
You're listening to Successful Living with Reginald Campbell.
It is not always that we're in the same stage of life, but here's the commonality. We are life. And because we're both live, breathing human beings, we have life in common. And so sometimes when I've tried to teach the other ministry and share with people, we have to engage people. Many people are wounded, personally, professionally, spiritually, church hurt, and sometimes just things happen to them. And if any place that a person should be able to come and feel like somebody, should be a place of worship. So we can't operate in cliques. We can't operate in, oh, well, I know them and I work with them. Every person needs to be treated the same way. And I'll say this, and I know we're live. Here is how I shared it with some of you on Sunday. We should never get too common with people. And the reason being, and this will help someone across the world, you may be comfortable with your brother, you may be comfortable with your sister, you may be comfortable with a certain group. But when we're in a place of worship, we have to realize I can't undress and walk in front of my friends with my mouth or with my behavior. Because the first thing we have to do is respect that he or her is a child of God. Watch this. Saved or unsaved, believer or unbeliever. They were all created by the source of life. So we have to treat every person with integrity and respect. And too many times people lose people because they're trying to agree with a person. I don't have to agree with you to treat you with the respect that you deserve. And that's how ministries grow. Ministries grow because they can embrace the difference in other people. Everybody's not going to like what I like. So I have to be able to be spiritual. Now, Paul said when I was in Rome, I spoke as Rome. I tried to be all things to all men. So I do have something in common with a person. That's life, that's faith, and we're both from the same Creator. And if we can do that as a ministry and as a satellite campus in Greenville, I promise you, the numbers show we have the attention. Now, we've got to raise our game in order to embrace the people. So, as we talked about that, now you can create all kind of reels out of that if you want to. We're going to talk briefly about money. And, of course, when we talk about money, we know that money is not cute nor sexy. Money can be very offensive to people, and money can make people feel uncomfortable. So we know that. So now that we know that, welcome to the Successful Living Podcast with Reginald Campbell that also has a little bit of flavor of church. But I have something I want to share with men, and I thank all of you women because our numbers in women have increased. It's where we were 70% men. Now we have 40% women. We've grown. Come on, women, say something. All right, there you go. Get your woo-woo on. And so now the women numbers are up. So I want to thank all of you. And so I wrote a little piece for men, considering women. I need your help in supporting and respecting all women. And this is just not women in your life. This is women, period. How you carry yourself among women and how you talk about women, other people. You can influence other people because maybe they don't know how to. I heard a gentleman, and I've heard like a couple times that men have used some type of slight at women. Well, that's just like a woman. No, we all need women in our lives. And women need to be treated with respect every day and at all times, even if you don't agree with them. All right? Now, here's the thing that bothers me. Africa is one of the nations that I am looking forward to going to at some point this year. But I question how, and I have to couch this right, I question how God gives you something in creation and other people want to take it away from you. I say this to men. When woman was created, she was created and she was a full-grown adult when man met her. The Bible says one day is as 1,000 years with the Lord. So she was walking with God, so God had to have given her a name. But when Adam was awakened, he said, she's bones of my flesh, when God told him how he brought her into existence. And the first thing he did her was place her among everything else that he had dominion over. The only thing that a woman has less than a man is physical strength. And there are some women literally physically stronger than a man. So we need to, and when I do my man segment, we need to understand that we're leaders, but we don't necessarily respect the gift that God gave us, because remember, we were first by ourselves. Okay, so there's a certain dude globally, and I read some articles about some countries that, and I said, I got to find a way to say it correctly. If God gave it to you, I don't know how I have the right to take away something that God gave you. He gave you a mind. He gave you all the things that you were needed for your body. And I don't see how I have the right to take that away from you, because I don't see the atmosphere to take things away from men. Hello, men. Hello, men. Hello, men. I don't see they're trying to turn back the clock to take things away from men. But there's always a clock to take things away from women. And I'll say this, and it can offend you, but it don't change the truth. Had Adam been in his place, Eve would not have been out of her place. Because the first thing Adam did was blame the woman. Okay? Like she made you eat the fruit. You had a choice. So that's just a whole, that don't have anything to do with money, but I put that in here because I have to pray for certain countries that want to take away what God gave a woman. And for me, now this is personal, and I don't say a lot of things personal. You have to feel insecurity if you feel like you need to take something away from a woman. You have to be insecure. I think if you change insecurity into the ability and the confidence to lead, you wouldn't feel so insecure. Now, if that makes you mad as a man and you drop me, but the truth will not change whether it comes out of my mouth or someone else's mouth. We need to help and support women and respect them, even when they don't respect themselves. Okay? I just have to respect the human side. So we're going to talk real brief about it ain't your money if it ain't working for you. Put your money to work. This is why you need one book, Mind of a Champion, so we can see. I read and study about 9 financial strategies a day. This is a very good book, that Mind of a Champion. The other book, Basic Financial Steps. This book is still relevant. It was written in 2015. It's still powerful. You can get any of these online at your local retailers, or you can go to Barnes & Nobles and you can find this. Basic Financial Steps that teach you how to make your money work for you. Here's the problem. Most people are getting money but not making money. So when you get money, it's something you receive. The problem is there's no foundation to put this money in a place to do something for you. When I say it ain't your money, and that really was a phrase to talk to my, what is the word, guac? What is it? What do we call it? Guap? Okay, I have to get the word right, because you know we'll have a fight in a minute. So it's guac, about your guac. And the reason I use the word ant is like an ant, because an ant is always finding something. They're never consuming it. They're always placing it. And so then they're never in need. So when I'm trying to help your thought process is reshaping our relationship with money. Here's a couple things for young couples. And I was reading and studying last evening, knowing that I had to talk to you. And a family of four who would be considered themselves middle class, would need to handle two children and two adults in the home, would need a budget between $4,500 and $6,500 a month. And that is without saving or investing. Okay? Now, I want to say this real quick. The 1st of April, which I think they call April Fool's Day, is we want to go back to the jug challenge of saving coins. I was reading up on coins and all these rarefied coins, and I think there's a penny or a dime or maybe a nickel that if it's the right one is worth up to $2 million. And I've said I believe some of that stuff probably passed through my hand and I put it in the vending machine. And the reason I say that is because the gentleman who found a $2 million coin found it in the vending machine. So, you have to put it to work. Now, I'm going to give you some categories to put it to work, and this is why I say your money ain't working. It ain't your money. Here's the first thing. Where's your budget? You can't control or grow what you don't know. I'm going to give you some pockets. The first pocket is understanding how to build a budget. It's hard to build wealth without a budget. All right? So building wealth. Once you build wealth, the next step is building generational wealth. And as you build generational wealth, the third pocket is startup businesses. How do you start up something that you can put to work for you? Here's what happens. Why investing? I think before most people invest, they need to learn how to save. Okay? In the book, Basic Financial Steps, it talks about what money is. Do you remember what money is? It is a commodity that is used to purchase, invest, and build things. Never does it say to spend. Why are you spending if what you're spending it on brings you a lesser return than what you spent? So here's the thing. Here's how I said, where and when and what you spend your money on, will it generate a type of future that will take care of you when you're not able to take care of yourself? Number 2, don't trust Social Security. Number 3, don't trust a 401k. Number 4, don't trust a pension. There are people now that are getting their pension frozen for the next 25 years. I don't know if you know, there was an elderly lady in South Carolina, I just saw the report, to where the developer and the landowner, now her family had owned that land since before civil rights, or the civil rights movement. And so because a big corporation was coming in to build, or the factory or whatever they were going to build, they just assumed they could take her land. Got a little small house and maybe I don't know how many acres. And so it made international news. So there were many great celebrities who came in and helped and gave her funding to fight this. Well, here's the problem. She just passed in January. They just settled the dispute 2 days ago. Why is that significant? If you don't start now, you may not have the capability to fight later. People will take from you what you don't have documentation on. This is why I talk about credentials, certification, associate's degrees, bachelor's degrees, master's degrees. When you obtain it, and it is certified, and it's in the records, then people can't take it away from you. Every family needs to be better at record keeping. You cannot sustain generational wealth or build generational wealth and don't know your history and don't have your documentation, because people, I've seen it, there's a battle going on in a community where they paid a surveyor to change the original survey without the approval of the county or the city or the homeowners. There are people that would take 4 feet of your land and you never know nothing about it. Okay? See, because here's what we have to become like the ant. Producers versus consumers. You have to not only reinvent yourself, you also have to reinvent your people who are helping you make money, because sometimes he's not good with money. Sometimes she's not good with money. Can I tell you when I can tell somebody's not good with money? Everybody say this with me. Well, the bills are paid. So what's the problem? We got an extra $2,000. So I'm going to go spend it until one of you are unemployed. Now, I'm just throwing this out there. This is not in my scheme. I would say grow into this. That every household, and hopefully every household has at least 2 incomes. But if you have 2 incomes in your household, you need to only function off of 1 income. Now we have to do another class on that. I understand in the first 2, 3 years, 5 years of marriage that we need everything because inflation and everything. But here's the thing I'm saying to you as males. I'm talking to men. You know, y'all want to talk about women and take away their rights and take away their body parts. Then you need to provide. Ain't nobody want to say nothing now. And if she's working, you need to be a whole lot nicer to her than what she's been. We think we have women and we are supposed to make them get up and go to work. There is nothing in the Constitution of the United States, neither in the 39 books of the Old Testament and the 27 books of the New Testament, that says a woman is supposed to work. You see, we don't understand. Now, men, I'm talking to you. I'm getting ready to close. I'm talking to you. You need to come sit down with me and learn the original Latin, Greek, Hebrew, context, narrative of the word, the exegesis and all of that on what a husband is. Yeah, husband. Some of us are just a hus. But we have all the ego in the world. Husband. Every woman ought to be saying amen. Every woman ought to be talking about, I think I've been mistreated. I think I need some therapy. I think I've been mistreated. I feel like I'm under pressure. I have to be a mom. I have to deal with the kids. He's playing golf. He's out playing basketball. He's in the back room playing a game. I've got to cook. Now my neck's swole. I just need therapy. And then I can't sleep because I'm trying to remember, did I do everything that I needed to do? Then I got to gas my car. And then I got to go out and deal 45 hours to 50 hours with other people. And then I'm supposed to make sure all the clothes are washed. Oh, and I'm supposed to look like the girl on the video. I'm supposed to look like a 20-year-old, but you treat me like I'm a 90-year-old, and you actually treat me like you own me. Hello, can I get an amen? Somebody say, "Tell Pastor." I'm just saying. I got to worry about bills. Do I have my half? You know. And then now you want to cut my body parts off? I mean, you know, I'm supposed to look like I'm 17, and you wonder where my gray hair to. You don't move me like you move. If I can stay home, then I could go to the gym. I can't work 62 hours a week and go to the gym and look like I'm tight. When you met me, I didn't have all this responsibility. Neither did I have all them children that you wanted to give me. Yeah, that crumb snatchers can't even eat. Mama, 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 mama. And then here you go. Hey, I told you I wanted some pork and beans and weenies. Then if they talk back, you disrespected me. I'm the man of the house. Well, sweep the floor since it's your house. Go to court, and I'll tell you, I've been there. I'll tell you who they're going to give some stuff to. Go to court. Go. I tell you what the judge's going to tell you. And if he older than your daddy, you in trouble. Oh, I've been there. If he older than your daddy, you're not going to win. I don't care what kind of, who you pay and how you pay your lawyer. You ain't going to win. So here's the thing. Real quick. The best money advice is usually, well, as you said, boring and sexy. Reshaping our relationship. Number one, start building a budget. Now watch this. Watch this. When you build a budget, every dollar needs a name. Every dollar needs a name. It needs to have a destination point. Number three, zero-based budgeting. What? Every dollar is number two. You're a little slow. I may have. You know, I'm not promising you that I'm $100 bill up here. Okay? Reshaping your relationship with money is number one, understanding you cannot function without a budget. Budget number one. Number two, every dollar needs a name. Every dollar. Number three, zero-based budgeting, which means every month you should start from zero to create your budget. Why? You'll have different types of bills that's due. And some months, if you go to February, you may have 28 days. January, you may have 31 days. March, you may have 31 days. April, you may have 30 days. That one day that you think is project, that is profit, is actually next month's bill. And if you pay your car insurance once every 3 months or quarterly, and if you have this one budget that you're sticking with, that one budget will get consumed because you didn't pay anything January, February, March, but the 1st of April you had a $680 bill that's due. Do I know? There you go, because you didn't budget for it, you didn't save for it, and every dollar needs a name. So now you're at the kitchen table eating them pork and beans and Winnies and already mad because your neighbor's out there grilling on the grill. And you looking through the fence talking about, can I get a plate? Can I get that corner right there? You know how people say, can I get that corner? Yes. Do y'all want to discuss something? We got about 4 minutes together. Y'all want to discuss the difference between being rich and wealthy? Okay? Rich means you have more than an average person. Rich is considered you have it for the moment. You have the look. Wealthy means your net worth, not your credit. Wealthy means your net worth has sustainable producing income for decades. That's the determination of wealth. I'll give it to you again. Rich means you have more than the average person. When I was reading the study, this is what it says. Rich people take vacations. Rich people say, oh, we're going to Dubai. Rich people take pictures of themselves on the plane, on the boat. They do that. That's what rich people do, because the average person can't do that. Rich is for the moment. Rich has to look. They carry the expensive bags. They have the expensive name brands on their clothing. Wealthy means net worth. Not credit, not debt. Their net worth. and their net worth has sustainable producing income for decades. So I go back to the family. It said a family of four needs between $4,000 and $6,000 a month just to meet their basic needs. And I had that list out: utilities, groceries, transportation, all these things. And then there's a little bit they have to budget for activities and save for vacation. Number 3, money should go where you get your best return. Remember, number 1 was rich, what rich means. Number 2 was wealthy. Number 3, in order to obtain to be rich or wealthy, if your money does not have a name, it cannot grow and work for you. If all your money name is bills, you're not going to do too well. So this is why the title was, It Ain't Your Money. Put it to work. Here is what I recommend. Number 5. Did you miss number 4? It ain't your money, put it to work. Number 5 is look at what you value. Look at what your value is. It should align with your vision. Number 5, look at your values. What's most important? Getting name brand water or just water you can drink? Getting a 30-cent bottle or getting a $5 bottle? Look at your value system to see if it aligns with your vision. Number 6, immediate gratification versus delayed gratification. You have to look at that. Remember, I gave something, I think maybe it's been a month ago. What are the 5 wise things that you do? And what are the 5 foolish things that you do with finances? If we can convert the foolish and the wasteful things into 10 wise things, we can create a better cushion in life to enjoy life. Does that make sense? So then here's what we have to do. You cannot, number 7, you cannot discover your own values when you are stuck under the opinion of others. You may see yourself as an investor. Other people see you creating bills as debt. You pay up front, it pays you back, and continue to pay you back later. So you have to discover your values. If you're the head of the house, you have a great partner in the house, then you two should sit down and to discuss what is the value and the generational wealth that we want to create in this family. By doing that, you cannot be under the authority and ostracism of other people's opinion. Other people's opinions should not have an influence on your own values. If you see building and you see real estate, you see purchasing ownership in small businesses and investing in things, don't be deterred by people who just want to put money in his or her pocket. When we go into the concert, how much are the tickets? $1,000 a piece. Okay. I'd rather put that money into something that will bring me something back. Now here's the last one, number 8. Work on constantly building your self-improvement. What certifications are you going to get this year? What credentials are you going to acquire? Are you pursuing an associate's degree? What does this mean? When you go to others who have been there, there's a word that you will learn to embrace. Skill up. Skill up, scale up. You can't scale up if you haven't skilled up. You can look like you up. So, work on continually to build self-improvement. Self-improvement is not what you have purchased. Self-improvement is adding value to yourself. And as you add value to yourself, you create a pool of networking. Because now you're in conversation with other people that you're not in their league, but they're sharing things with you that become stepping stones to a greater league. See, some people see debt, some people see investing, and some people just see paying bills. The question goes back to the top. It ain't your money if you ain't working, if it ain't working for you. God bless you. We'll see you soon.
It's new, informative, engaging, educational, empowering, and more.
Successful living.